बोल श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा स्वामी की जय। राधा गोविंद की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23 and Text 53. Etavata alam kalena etavatalam kalena vyatikrantena me prabho vyatikrantena me prabho indriyardha prasangena parityaktva paratmanah etavatalam kalena vyatikrantena me prabho indriyardha prasangena parityaktva paratmanah. Etavata, so much. Alam, for nothing. Kalena, time. Vyatikrantena, passed by. Me, my. Prabho, O my Lord. Indriya ardha, sense gratification. Prasangena, in the matter of indulging. Pratitatva, disregarding. Para Atmanaha, knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: until now we have simply wasted so much of our time in sense gratification, neglecting to cultivate knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Please repeat. Until now, we have simply wasted so much of our time in sense gratification, neglecting to cultivate knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Human life is not meant to be wasted like that of the animals in sense gratificatory activities. Animals always engage in sense gratification, eating, sleeping, fearing and mating. But that is not the engagement of the human being. Although because of the material body, there is need of sense gratification according to a regulative principle. So in effect, Devahuti said to her husband, so far we have these daughters and we have enjoyed material life in the aerial mansion, traveling all over the universe. These boons have come by your grace, but they have all been for sense gratification. Now there must be something for my spiritual advancement. The sense the Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ma Om Vishnu Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Devahuti is speaking to her exalted husband Kardama, and here she is summarizing her experience, and she is saying we have wasted so much time in sense gratification. Etavatalam kalena vyatikrantena. So we have wasted so much time. And is there any use? Alam means for nothing. Etavatalam, alam means for nothing. For nothing we have wasted so much time in indriyartha prasangena, simply in sense gratification. So whatever grand arrangements were made, so much hangama was created for sense gratification. We have seen in the many shlokas. These arrangements for sense gratification are incomparable. In the entire history, the human history, you will not find one instance where someone is able to make such arrangements for sense gratification. There is an aerial mansion, that means a flying town, a township, or a big building, palatial building, and then thousands of young maid servants, all kinds of food, all kinds of birds and animals, and all pleasurable things. Whatever a human being desires in life, it is there in hundreds and thousands of multiplication. And then they have spent so much time in sense gratification, and finally Devahuti is saying, we simply wasted our time. Yatavatalam kalena vyatikrantena me prabho indriyadra prasangana. Because the sense gratification is by nature is like that, doesn't satisfy the heart. One may be having all kinds of arrangements for these sensual pleasures, summarized into this eating, sleeping, fearing and mating. But whatever may be those arrangements, and he may really have all such, everything in place, but still there is some vacuum in the heart. Already Devahuti is feeling that vacuum. Despite of so much of enjoyment and arrangements, she is not feeling satisfied. There is something missing. Actually, Devahuti, you can see, very advanced. This is not ordinary consciousness. someone to realize this, despite going through all kinds of arrangements, not ordinary. In this world also, there is a race going on for happiness. Because every human being, in fact every living entity, wants to be happy like that. It's an instinct from the soul. Soul wants to be continuously happy. And so, although transcendental and spiritual in constitution, when the living entity comes to this world, its search for happiness turns into acquiring more and more objects for enjoyment. His urge for happiness turns into simply chasing one facility after the other, or one object after the other. This is how everybody is in a race. They also know, they say rat race. They also say this. There is a rat race. What is this rat race? Everybody, you see that 100 meters Olympics, there is one race, running race. Right? Everybody, they have a beginning point and then they all race. One wants to go faster than the other so that he can reach the destination. Then he'll get a medal. You see how the whole race has been built into our consciousness. So then in the day-to-day life also is the same thing, similar race. There are some few objects available because nothing is unlimited here. There are some limited things are there. And then everybody thinks, if I can get that object, then I'll be happy. This is only thinking, that's all, in the mind. So with that kind of an intelligence, that kind of a mentality, everybody tries to chase those objects. And finally, if somebody happens to achieve it, then immediately there will be a flash in the media and then all the channels. So and so has reached this position, and then everybody glorifies. For example, one of the things that everybody chases is money. And then if somebody is able to beat everybody else by whatever means, legal, illegal, whatever, he beats everybody else and then acquires a lot of money, he will be glorified. In this Kali Yuga particularly, it doesn't matter what kind of a gunda he is. If there is a lot of money with him, immediately all good qualities are there. He's a sadhu, he's everything. This is the scenario. And after reaching that position, billionaire, millionaire, whatever that title may be, that position, one thinks I can be very happy. But as of today, the technological advancement is such that you cannot create a flying palace, an aerial mansion as of today. You may be a big billionaire, but then you will not be able to create such palace. Now imagine Kardama Muni, he has created that palace. So in terms of the facilities, he has bettered the facilities created by the so-called billionaires of this age. Much better. So, after experiencing all such facilities for sense gratification, Devahuti is saying, Paritektva paratmana, Paritekta paratmana. We have neglected to cultivate the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is her realization. Paritaktva paratmana. And then she is saying, we simply wasted our time. So, similarly, if the human being is a little sober and intelligent, after running in this life, finally when he is frustrated, sometimes some fortunate people, they'll come to Krishna consciousness, and they start asking this Brahma Jijnasa questions. What is happening? I have all the success in my life, I have everything that I am desiring, but still there is something missing. Heart is always burning with anxiety, with stress, with fear. This is a natural situation of everybody. So this is the scenario. And then everybody is full of this fear and anxiety. Everybody is chasing these objects, and in every vastu, in every object, there is fear inbuilt. Fear is always inbuilt into this. For example, if somebody earns a lot of wealth, there is a fear. What is that? The king or the ruler may take away this wealth. Nowadays, income tax, ED, CBI, vigilance, the list has no end to it. There are so many people ready to pounce on you. So as soon as you earn wealth, this is it. And then let us say you have a lot of food, nice facilities for eating available. There is a worry about the health. Because you may have good food, but you have no digestion power in the stomach. There is no use. And then if somebody has a lot of name and fame, he is worried about somebody humiliating him, passing some nasty comment. They cannot take it, because he always lived a life of a name, fame, and everybody respectful, and is always worried. There is a fear. And if family name is good, then the worry is if one family member goes rogue, rowdy, or whatever, brings infamy to the family, that is one more fear. Every achievement that you have, every possession you have, that comes with an inbuilt fear. This is this world. That's why this fear is all pervading. Continuously everybody is anxious and fearful. Then where is happiness? We are thinking my happiness is achieving that position. I have some problem. If I can resolve this problem, that is, I am happy. But even if you achieve some greatest position, it always comes with a fear. Even the greatest position comes to you with a baggage, with a fear attached to it. Every possession is like that. So this is this world. So here Devahuti, she got all kinds of best facilities for sense gratification, and she is saying we simply wasted our time. So why Paritaktva Paratma? Because we neglected to cultivate knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Actually, this is the right conclusion. Happiness is impossible if one doesn't look at the spiritual side of life. If one neglects the spiritual side and thinks that by material progress and acquiring so many objects or reaching some material position, I will be happy, and that is a illusory thinking. Because he is neglecting one important aspect of his life. What is that? That yes, I am a spirit soul, and body is only a little portion of my existence here. Body is also real and soul is real. Of course, body is real means it is temporarily existing. But my idea of happiness is if I can satisfy the body, I am happy. No, that's not true. Because you means not only body, but there is the spirit soul. So if somebody thinks I have to satisfy my body, I have to satisfy my soul also, then at least his thinking wise is right. At least he is considering the whole picture. Otherwise, with a partial picture in mind, with a little understanding in his mind, if he molds his life simply to enhance his enjoyment of the body, then he will be deceived. Ultimately, he will remain dissatisfied. That's what is happening to Devahuti. So, her lamentation, the chapter titled Devahuti's Lamentation, you can see here that, okay, now she is explaining to the husband, Jai Radha Govinda ki jai. Yeah, we have these daughters and we have enjoyed life in the aerial mansion. We traveled all over the universe. This is also one ambition of the materialist. They want to travel all over. They are trying to now travel to space. Already 1 or 2 billionaires, they went to the space now. They have their own rocket launching and all those arrangements. They just go to the space and come back. To live in a mansion there in the space, that's a long way to go. And traveling all over the universe, and all these boons have come by your grace, and they are all for sense gratification. So she is saying now there must be something for my spiritual advancement. So this is intelligence. Intelligence should be utilized to develop our spiritual side of life, to become Krishna conscious. So for a devotee who has come to Krishna consciousness, his intelligence has to be focused on developing his Krishna consciousness. Intelligence cannot be diluted and diverted to many other objects. The only object that he has to focus is on Krishna. For a devotee, Krishna is the only target and object. As soon as one focuses on any other object, his intelligence becomes many-branched. It becomes diverted, diluted. Intensity won't be there on Krishna. Moment we develop attachment for anything other than Krishna, then our intensity on the Supreme Lord is diluted. This is very simple to understand. Moment we divert our attention from Krishna, automatically the desire for sense gratification grows. Krishna Surya Sama. So Krishna means Krishna service. And then Maya Andakar, and Maya means sense gratification. These are the two sides. On one side there is sense gratification, and the other side is service. If somebody is absorbed in service, then there is no sense gratification for personal thing. And if somebody is absorbed in personal sense gratification, then there is no peace, there is no satisfaction. So that's why devotees who are absorbed in transcendental service to Krishna is automatically they are relieved from the effects of this sense gratification. Actually, a conditioned soul thinks sense gratification is like a nectar, very, very pleasing nectar. But acharyas call sense gratification as poison. As soon as somebody engages in sense gratification, that's considered poison. He's taking poison. Is a completely a different understanding. Let us say somebody eats some nice sweet or whatever on the roadside is going, and acharyas are saying this is poison. He's taking poison. Say, no, Prabhu, this is a very good brand. They are there for last 100 years. They do all nice. There is no poison there. But why is it that you are saying it's a poison? The poison is not at the physical level. The poison is at the level of the consciousness. The consciousness is poisoned. How? By thinking that, yes, I am the enjoyer of all these varieties of food or varieties of facilities. This very thinking, this is the poison. To think that I am an enjoyer, independent of Krishna, that is the poison. But a devotee, he thinks Krishna is the enjoyer. Then there is no poison. The poison teeth, their teeth may be there, but there is no poison. See, one should carefully understand this. Maya means your misunderstanding. Illusion means that which is not there. You concoct in your mind. And Bhagavad Gita says, all material enjoyment is nothing but mental concoction. You simply visualize in your mind, that's all. It doesn't happen in the practical this thing. Thousands of people have written millions of books on happiness. That's all. Nothing is practical. It all looks very nice in the mind. But nothing is practical. Why? Because they don't know what is consciousness, how that consciousness has to be properly purified so that one can come to a real platform of enjoyment. They have no such idea. So this very thinking that I am the enjoyer, or I possess these objects, I am the possessor of these objects. So all these things comes with a lot of baggage. As I said, if you possess any object, there is a fear. And if you think I am the enjoyer, then we will be beaten up with shoes. In this world, enjoyment comes with a big cost. So, like that, so that's why Krishna says, you want to be peaceful? You want to be very peaceful in your life? Then he says, there are only 3 formulas. I am the enjoyer, don't think you are. Then I am the possessor, I am the owner, not you. Moment you think you are the owner, you will get fear. And then finally Krishna says something very shocking to the modern mind, I am the friend of everybody. You cannot create some social account and say I have thousands of friends and I am friend to millions. No, you cannot be a friend. You put Krishna as the only friend, then your social account is perfect. My only friend is Krishna. No other friends are allowed here. Your Facebook or whatever that you create. So these things may look theoretical, but actually these are the most practical things. Otherwise, somebody simply lives an illusory life and wastes his time. What greatest example you need? Just look at this example of Kardama and Devahuti. We have heard all colorful things, and then at the end, Devahuti is saying that simply we have wasted our time. Actually, this should be the consciousness of a devotee. Moment our mind gets diverted towards sense gratification, we should feel that simply I am wasting time. And in this age, you imagine such time wasting things are so easily available. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he explains in one of the shlokas, he says, Nishkinchanasya bhagavat bhajanonmukhasya param param jigamisho bhavasagarasya sandarshanam vishayanam atayoshitam cha ha hanta hanta vishabhakshanatopi asadu visha bhakshanata. So Mahaprabhu is lamenting, he is saying, alas, for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the ocean, material ocean, and engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialist engaged in sense gratification, or seeing a woman who is similarly interested, is more abominable than drinking poison willingly. Drinking poison means to see someone engaged in sense gratification, and also similarly to see a woman who is similarly interested. This is the poison. Sandarshanam vishayanam atayoshitam cha. Just to see either a man or a woman engaged in sense gratification, that is compared to vishabhakshana, taking poison. Now imagine in your even in our mobile or in our TV or whatever, how much poison is served every day to millions of people. They continuously show the scenes of sense gratification. And then as people consume this content, more and more they watch all these things, they get inspired about this sense gratification. They become very hopeful about this sense gratification, and that is the biggest vishabhakshana, that is taking poison. In devotee's life, the sense gratification begins by personal ambition. This is the biggest poison. Personal ambitions. We all join the movement by Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam. Just give up all these designations, all these ambitions for material success and name, fame and all that, and then we come inside. But here we develop a different kind of an ambition. Same name, fame and all those things, but we wanted to achieve within the Vaishnava community. Within the here I want to show that I am a intelligent person, I am an educated person, or a lot of name I want, a lot of fame I want. I am a good speaker, good singer, good storyteller, or good whatever. So many of these ambitions we develop. So these ambitions slowly serve poison. Our goal is to think, Gopi Bhattur Padakamalayo, Dasa 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 Anudasa. Can we really think like that and act on that platform? Instead of acting on the platform that yes, I want to be a superstar in the social media, or a great businessman or a preacher, whatever. One should think that I am simply assisting my spiritual master. He is the superstar. My spiritual master is my hero. And he is the one who is doing everything in this organization. I am simply serving, assisting him. So this is the mood of a devotee. And then if something big comes by our endeavor, some big result comes, the devotee knows, I just did whatever I could, little bit, to assist my spiritual master. Whole thing is done by my Guru and Krishna. They are the ones silently they are working behind, making 99.9999% of the arrangements. And you go and do some, press one button here and two buttons there, tell one or two words, talk, it becomes big success, and then you get something. And immediately think, see, look how great I am. How smartly I told one or two words. And that's it, it has come. It's like pressing button and you got a big money in your hand. Immediately we'll all think, okay, I know I'm a great preacher, great marketing guy, or whatever. So this is not our mood. We have come here to learn, to see the reality. The reality is that the Guru and Krishna, they are the ones who are doing. And but they are so kind, they give credit to their devotees. Although Krishna does everything, Guru does everything, they give the credit. So that when that credit comes, a devotee thinks inside, actually I don't deserve this. I simply tried doing something on the order of my Guru, and by their mercy, something has come. And so he factually understands that I didn't do anything, some little endeavor, and that too by Guru's blessing, and I got everything. So devotee, by giving such credit to Guru and Krishna, he enjoys an ongoing relation. He sees Guru and Krishna in day-to-day life, and then he enjoys an ongoing relationship. He doesn't want to take anything from Guru and Krishna. He is always thinking how to give. Even if they give some big name and fame, he is thinking how I should give more and more to Guru and Krishna. He is not deviated, diverted. So that's why these personal ambitions are very dangerous. They are Vishabhakshana. And these statements of Bhagavatam are not palatable at all. How sense gratification is compared to Visha. So this is not palatable, but this is the reality. This is the truth. So devotee who is sincerely seeking the truth of life, is really want to situate himself in absolute truth, then this is the real nature of this world. Sense gratification is simply poison, and then a devotee is careful not to fall for it. Now how he can be careful? Simply by engaging in Krishna's service, either by chanting or by rendering physical services or intellectual services or whatever. As soon as one is absorbed in service to Krishna for Krishna's satisfaction, automatically is freed from sense gratification. Otherwise, the senses require engagement, they pull the person towards more and more sense gratification. So one has to be careful to be in the service of the Lord. Any questions? Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.